Today we are venturing into the life of one of the most dramatic reptiles you could ever dream of owning, the Arctic Sable Hognose snake. If you're a fan of pets that could easily steal the show in a Hollywood blockbuster, then you're in for a treat. Picture this. A snake that could give Leonardo DiCaprio a run for his money when it comes to dramatic performances. Before we dive into all the exciting details, let's start with a question for you. When the Arctic Sable Hognose is threatened, it puts on a performance so convincing it might just earn itself an Oscar. Can you guess what it does? Stick around and I'll reveal the answer later in the video. Trust me, it's more dramatic than anything you've seen on the big screen. So, are you ready to meet a pet that's part snake, part performance artist, and all about icy cool vibes? Let's dive into the frosty, fascinating world of the Arctic Sable Hognose. Now let's get one thing straight. This isn't your ordinary slithery serpent. The Arctic Sable Hognose is a true performer. While most snakes are sneaky, silent hunters, this little guy brings the drama like it's auditioning for the next James Bond villain role. Imagine having a pet that could steal scenes in every movie, except, well, this villain faints when things get a little too intense. Think of it as a snake that's part dramatic soap opera star and part survivalist. Speaking of drama, remember that question from earlier? Which Arctic creature could win an Oscar for its death scene, complete with rolling eyes, sticking out its tongue, and even a terrible smell for added realism? Yep, you guessed it, the Arctic Sable Hognose. Let's take a closer look at what makes this snake the ultimate entertainer in the animal kingdom. Picture this. You're just hanging out with your Arctic Sable Hognose, minding your own business. Suddenly something startles it, maybe a loud noise or a quick movement, and the next thing you know, your snake flops over onto its back. Its eyes roll back, tongue sticks out, and it goes limp. Not only that, but it releases a foul odor, like it's committed to making you believe it's toast. Honestly, it's a performance so convincing, you'd think it was auditioning for the lead role in a Shakespearean tragedy. This dramatic display is known as thanatosis, or playing dead, and the Arctic Sable Hognose is a master of it. Once the danger passes, your snake will casually roll back over and slither away like, "What? Me? Oh, nothing happened." It's the ultimate fake-out, leaving you both amused and amazed. Now, let's talk about this snake's style. If you're into fashion, the Arctic Sable Hognose might just become your favorite pet. Its silvery white coloration allows it to blend seamlessly into its snowy surroundings. And honestly, it looks like it's always rocking the latest winter fashion. This snake is basically the Elsa of the reptile world, always ready for an Arctic runway. But this look isn't just for show, it's all about survival. Its frosty coloration helps it stay hidden from predators, blending into the snow like a ghost. It's like having a pet that's constantly ready for an Arctic adventure. Move over, Elsa. There's a new ice queen in town. If the Frozen movie had a reptilian character, this would be it, strutting through the tundra like it's the star of its own nature documentary. And who wouldn't want a pet that looks like it's always prepared for a snowstorm? Let's take a moment to appreciate that signature upturned snout. It may look cute and quirky, but it's actually a vital survival tool. The Arctic Sable Hognose uses that snout like a built-in snow shovel, digging and burrowing through the snow. Whether it's for insulation or hunting for hidden prey, this snake is an Arctic explorer, constantly on the move through the frozen landscape. If Indiana Jones were a snake, this would be his go-to tool for navigating the snowy wilderness. It's practical, efficient, and helps the Arctic Sable Hognose thrive in one of the coldest environments on Earth. Speaking of survival, let's talk about the Arctic Sable Hognose's favorite meal, toads. These snakes are like the fine dining connoisseurs of the reptile world. While some snakes enjoy a standard diet, the Arctic Sable Hognose takes it up a notch by specializing in toads. And here's the kicker. They've developed a resistance to the toxins that most toads use as a defense mechanism. It's like the snake has its own superpower, allowing it to munch on these amphibians without a care in the world. Imagine Batman developing immunity to Joker's poisons. Yeah, that's pretty much what the Arctic Sable Hognose is doing here. So while your snake is enjoying its gourmet toad meal, you can rest easy knowing it's pretty much the superhero of the snake world. Now here's something fascinating. How does a cold-blooded creature like a snake survive in freezing temperatures? The Arctic Sable Hognose has mastered the art of staying warm in the coldest climates. It burrows into the snow, creating a little igloo for itself to insulate against the harsh temperatures. It's like having a snake that doubles as a mini survivalist expert. When the temperatures drop, your snake knows exactly what to do. Dig in, snuggle up, and stay cozy. Honestly, I'd say this snake is better prepared for winter than most of us. Let me ask you this. Why wouldn't an Arctic Sable Hognose make a good secret agent? Imagine James Bond getting into a sticky situation, and instead of keeping his cool, he dramatically drops to the floor and plays dead. Yeah, not exactly 007 material, right? But that's part of the charm. This snake may not be the next action hero, but it's definitely one of the most entertaining pets you could ever own. Every time it pulls its dramatic act, you get front row seats to nature's best live performance. It's like having a mini Oscar winner right in your living room. Now, what does it take to care for this icy illusionist? These slithery trendsetters prefer a cozy studio apartment-style enclosure over a penthouse suite, so a 20-gallon tank will do nicely. They're not big on cardio, you see. Fill their humble abode with aspen shavings or coconut fiber, no snake-sized quicksand, please, and keep the temperature between 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. They're not fans of tropical vacations. Humidity should be a desert-like 30 to 50%, and don't forget to add multiple hide spots for our introverted friends. When it comes to handling these chic serpents, gentle is the name of the game. Support their body like a delicate silk scarf, and always wash your hands before and after. They're not keen on human eau de parfum. Now let's talk snake trivia. Did you know that hognose snakes are nicknamed puff adders due to their ability to flatten their necks like cobras when startled? It's like they're trying on a fancy Elizabethan collar. And here's a juicy bit of hognose gossip. These drama queens are known for their impressive hissing displays, but it's all bluff. They're actually quite harmless to humans. It's like they're auditioning for a snake soap opera. Speaking of their quirks, that upturned snout isn't a fashion statement. It's nature's shovel for digging and burrowing. And here's a kicker. Despite their name, they're not from the Arctic at all. They're named for their cool, frosty coloration. Talk about false advertising. Remember, friends, a happy hognose is a hognose that thinks it's the most stylish snake in the terrarium. Compliment their scales and you'll have a scaly friend for life. When it comes to their diet, toads are a staple, but small rodents or amphibians will do the trick as well. And the best part, Arctic Sable Hognoses are relatively low maintenance. As long as you provide the right environment, they're content to chill, literally, and put on the occasional show. And there you have it, the Arctic Sable Hognose. Part snake, part drama queen, and all around awesome. If you thought this snake was fascinating, just wait until you hear about its cousin, the puff adder. It's got its own bag of tricks that'll blow your mind. So, what do you think? Does your pet snake have the acting chops to match the Arctic Sable Hognose? Let me know in the comments. Coming up in our next video, what's smaller than a hamster, louder than you'd expect, and could fit comfortably in your coffee mug? No, it's not your boss after you've shrunk them with a magic potion, though that would be hilarious. Get ready for some mind-blowing facts about the tiniest monkey in the world. Can you guess its average weight? Here's a hint. You probably have coins in your pocket that weigh more. Tune in to find out if your guess measures up to this pint-sized primate. And if you enjoyed today's icy adventure, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more wild reptile content. Stay curious, stay cool, and I'll catch you in the next one.